Dear SpikeBravo, please tell me you are not this foolish. You left a comment on the Facepalm Response channel saying, any unauthorized footage of you will be reported to YouTube per copyright law and will be removed. But you are correct. If you file a DMCA on the video, of course, will be removed, and there, of course, will be a copyright strike on my account. You can do this on pretty much any video. However, I don't think you understand copyright law, and particularly, you do not understand the DMCA. Basically, it is very, very easy. It only takes a few minutes to file a DMCA, have a video removed, but it also only takes a few minutes to have the video reinstated. I, of course, can file a copyright notice, and normally within 10 to 14 business days, the video will be reinstated. My question to you, SpikeBravo, is how many times have we seen people try to use the DMCA to remove videos only to have more copies floating around? We got Amendum, we got Brakeen, we got Anision, we got Venom Fang X. I mean, we just got done doing Venom Fang X over this. You know? Tell me you're not paying attention. How long did you live with me, for crying out loud? During the time you lived with me, how many times did I discuss the DMCA over Skype calls and in doing video tutorials? You know this stuff as well as I do, or at least I thought you did. You do not have copyright claim on video parodies. First, the majority of the parodies were done with my camera and on my computer. Furthermore, many of the videos came from the time that you did not have a working camera or computer of your own. Until you were able to save up and purchase a new camera, you were using my video camera. For several months, I was editing the videos for you because you could not do it because your computer had a computer virus and also because you punched the computer in the tower. This problem I solved when I just simply bought you a new computer. Second, I don't think you understand parody when it comes to copyright law. Now, I'm going to be quoting a couple of paragraphs from FirstAmendmentCenter.org. Link is going to be in the sidebar. Very, very good read. I'm going to just point out some of the, really, really big cases. This here is Hustler Magazine versus Jerry Falwell. In this case, from the 1980s, and at this point here, I am reading from the article, just to let you know, a well-known minister, the Reverend Jerry Falwell, sued Hustler for an advertisement parody that portrayed him as having a drunken sexual encounter with his mother in an outhouse. So there you have it. You got drinking, you got incest, you got fecal matter. That is about as vile as you're going to get. The parody was a spoof on a series of ads for Campari liquor. In a small print at the bottom of the ad were the words, "Ad parody not to be taken seriously." The table of contents for that issue of the magazine listed the ad as fiction, ad for personality parody. Falwell sued for libel, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. However, the U.S. Supreme Court found to the contrary. Now, this, of course, is the Supreme Court. The first court that he reached, they said, it's like, no, you idiot, it's parody. But they did give him money for emotional distress. But this case went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court basically took away the distress money. The High Court held in its 1988 decision that public figures and public officials could not recover damages for the tort of intentional infliction on or of emotional distress without showing that the publication contains a false statement of which was made with actual malice, with knowledge the statement was false, with reckless disregard to whether or not it was true. Now, does this apply to YouTube personalities? Well, if you put yourself on the internet, people are going to say things about you. And if you cannot handle people criticizing you on the internet, then you really need to get off the frickin' internet. The court recognized, and I'm reading from the article again, the court recognized the importance of allowing the free flow of ideas despite a possible negative emotional impact on the target of ridicule. Although the court said not all speech enjoys the same protection under the First Amendment. For instance, fighting words are not protected. In other words, if I said, SpikeBravo, you are a fuckwit, that is probably not protected speech, I guess. I don't know. But it affirmed the sort of expression in the Hustler case does not seem to be governed by any exception to general First Amendment protection. In other words, that was, it's incest, it's vile, it's offensive, but guess what? It's covered under parody. Now, let's go to Campbell versus Acuff Rose Music. And I'm reading again from the article, just a couple of paragraphs here. It's a long article. I do encourage you to read it. Creators of parody may be faced with the questions of copyright infringement. In this case, 1994 decision, the Supreme Court held that a commercial parody may be fair use in accordance with Section 107 of the Copyright Act as a defense against an accusation of copyright infringement. In this case, rap group 2 Live Crew, they use the song Pretty Woman, a parody of Roy Orbison's Pretty Woman, and they basically sued for copyright infringement. The publishing company contended that Campbell had not made fair use of Orbison's song. They pointed out that Campbell's version used the original work. In other words, if you were to hear that song, you could actually hear, in addition to some of the rap beats, it was like a remix style of the Pretty Woman's song. They just took it, remixed it, but yes, they used the actual Pretty Woman song, and then, of course, they made money off of it. Campbell countered that his parody was fair use. The U.S. Supreme Court took the case to determine whether 2 Live Crew's commercial parody was indeed fair use. And you should know this. I've talked about this over and over and over and over again while you were living with me. You got 4 factors. Each of these has to be weighed. It's not just one little weight. You got to weigh all 4 of these. The purpose and character of the use, including whether this use is commercially motivated or instead is for nonprofit educational purposes. Many of my videos are, of course, for profit because I'll place ads on my videos on the Happy Cabby channel and also on the Facepalm Response channel. I do intend to place ads on those as well as soon as I'm able to make that channel a partner. So yes, that will be for commercial purposes. The nature of the copyrighted work, in other words, is this fiction or non-fiction? Of course, in this case here, I guess it would be non-fiction. The amount and substantiability of the portion used in the newly created work in relation to the original copyrighted work. In other words, how much of your material am I using in the parody, and also the effect upon the potential market for the value of the copyrighted work. Now, this 4th thing is, I originally, when I first read this, I misunderstood this. And you were there when I had this type of conversation with the masked analyst. You were sitting right next to me when we were discussing this. Okay, this part right here does not mean, does this affect your ability to market the SpikeBravo name? No, that is not what it means. In other words, is my video in direct competition with your video? Like, for example, I've got a video of you right now, SpikeBravo Sexy Time, posted on there. Is that video competing with your video? No, it's not, because you don't have a SpikeBravo Sexy Time video on your channel. Furthermore, that was from Jib Jab, okay? I paid Jib Jab about $5 for the use of that video. So Jib Jab owns the copyright on that. And anyway, a court must take all of these factors into account, none being sufficient alone. The court reasoned that the copyright statute listed examples of fair use, news reporting, comment, criticism. Yes, criticism is fair use. Teaching are generally carried out for profit. Law professor Bruce Rago, who argued for the case for Lucia Campbell before the Supreme Court, told the First Amendment Center online that the case stands for principle that there must be breathing room for artists to create new works. So, go right ahead, file your DMCAs. However, 2 things will happen. First, doing so will put my channel in jeopardy of suspension. You know this, I know this. My YouTube channel is currently my only source of income. Therefore, as a result of you knowingly filing DMCAs on videos that you do not have a valid copyright claim on, if my channel is suspended, I will pursue legal action against you. That's right. And the second thing that will happen is, number 2, the videos will be reinstated. Okay, I've helped people with DMCAs from Viacom, and I've gotten, just delay Pat. I got one of his videos back, and Viacom took his video down. I helped him get the video back. Okay, so if I can file counter notices against Viacom and get the videos back, then I could definitely take a SpikeBravo. Okay. Of the 15 videos in question, 13 of them were made with my camera, my computer. None of your content was ever used. Second, the 2 videos that do use your content, I am covered by fair use. So go ahead, do your worst. It's sad that someone that I tried to help is now wanting to start a fight, but I do whatever you think is right, but I can tell you, you are not going to win. So if you want to file the DMCAs, go right fucking ahead. Have a day.